Well, I'm here at Edgebaston Golf Club today for a day with Audemar Piguet and their guests, play some golf, hopefully give out a few tips and just generally enjoy the day. My relationship with Audemar Piguet started back in 2005 at the Open Championship at St Andrews. That was when I received my first watch, and you know, it's been going strong since then. I've enjoyed my time with them. I'm not a big jewellery wearer, but you know, a watch is something that I have always worn, especially Audemar Piguet, very classic look, you know, with the face, and just a watch that everybody asks about when they see.
Well, welcome to the Audemar Piguet Clinic. I arranged the weather for you today, the wind. I heard you were all great golfers, so I didn't want to make it too easy for you. So I'm going to start off with a pitching wedge. I'm going to hit a few balls just to loosen up. I've hit a few already, but still not quite as loose as I'd like. I start with the wedge because it's one of the shortest irons in the bag, and I'm just trying to really get my muscles ready for playing the game of golf. You know, when it gets really windy like this, I like to keep my swing nice and short and compact, and really try and take the wrists out of the play as well, because as soon as you start hitting it hard and getting your wrists involved, the ball obviously shoots up, and that's not really what we want today. We want to keep the ball as low as possible with this, I suppose it's a hurricane.
Right, Lee, here we are at Edgebaston Golf Course, an extremely windy and challenging day. You've been now with the brand 6 years, so what is your first impression with Audemar? Why did you get into the brand?
Well, I thought it was such a prestigious brand. You know, oozes class. You don't have to look at the watches themselves. We always tried to keep the sort of same shape as well, so there's a continuity there. And you know, to be honest, the people from Audemar Piguet have always been fantastic as well. It's a great company to work with.
And obviously, if you look at your watch, that's the new model, the Legacy. You're familiar with wearing big watches, oversized watches, but clearly you're attracted to the different dimensions, the different dynamics of the product, the sexy materials. Is that something that appeals to you?
Yeah, very much so. You know, I've got pretty big arms, and you know, I can get away with a big watch. You know, and I've had, you know, sort of a history of buying Audemar Piguets, the bigger ones, the T3s and the Shaquille O'Neals and Survivors and things like that, and now onto the Legacy. You know, I like the idea of this one, the different metals and the ceramic, and then the Kevlar strap. And you've got a choice of straps, obviously, as well. So.
And 2011, in terms of a golfing year for you, how would you regard it? Yeah,
it's been pretty good. I've played quite nicely, pretty consistently. I haven't won as many tournaments as I'd liked. I've won 2. But I've had chances to win a few others, and most notably the BMW PGA at Wentworth, and lost in a playoff there. So it's been a decent year, and I've sort of maintained my world ranking as well. I started the year obviously first, but I've sort of maintained the points as well.
If we were going to make a watch, a Lee Westwood watch, I suppose I'd like it to be quite big, you know, like the big watches, like the Legacy, the Shaquille O'Neal, the T3. Probably a Kevlar strap or something like that, but a mix of titanium, ceramic, that'd be nice. Something that I could play golf in as well would be great.
So Lee, Audemar Piguet, as you know, is a family-owned brand, still owned by the ancestors of the founding families. How important is it to you to understand that value, that it's retained by the founding families?
Yeah, very much so. You know, it shows that you have the passion and the tradition of you know, whatever business they're in, which is watchmaking in this case. So you know, it's very important.
And of all of the Audemar Piguet watches that you own, that you've seen on collectors' wrists, what would you say is your all-time favourite Audemar Piguet watch?
It's normally the most recent one I bought. Obviously, that stays on my wrist, but you know, I find myself going. I switch them all around. You know, it's such a traditional design. But I'd have to say at the moment it's probably this one, the Legacy.
Audemar Piguet, we believe, is the ultimate sports brand. We introduced the Royal Oak 40 years ago nearly. How do you individually rate Audemar Piguet as the ultimate sports brand in watches?
Right, I don't think it's right up there at the top. I think it is at the top. You know, everywhere I go around the world, you know, wearing a watch, you know, people come up to me and say, you know, ask me what's that, and then I have to take it off and feel how light it is and try it on their wrist. So, you know, I think it's a piece that everybody wants.
And finally, regarding the Audemar Piguet stable, the other ambassadors outside the golfers, as you know, we're working with Formula One pilots like Michael Schumacher, the world's greatest footballer, Lionel Messi. We've just signed the world's greatest tennis player, Mr. Djokovic. When you look at that stable of other premier sports people, how do you feel to be in that company?
Oh, it's great to be in that company. You know, they're obviously all world-class athletes, and I think that fits right in there with Audemar Piguet being a world-class brand.